One very hot day many years ago, I went to swim in the Navarro River with my wife, our daughters, and a group of friends. Everyone else got in the river before me, and the water was murky. I did something I'd been told since I was a child never to do. I dove into water that I couldn't see into. My chest struck a wooden post just under the surface. A friend hauled me up on the bank where I lay on the ground, covered in blood, struggling to breathe and shivering. As it turns out, I'd cut myself and I'd broken 4 ribs. Painful, but not life-threatening. When I got out of the ER, my wife and I discussed how I easily could have been killed. Then it dawned on us that from our family's financial perspective, my death would not have been the worst outcome. I had life insurance, but I didn't have long-term disability insurance. If I died, my wife would have gotten a big check. If I'd paralyzed myself, we would have had no income. Disability insurance protects your income if you get sick or hurt and can't earn. It gives you a check each month for an amount specified on your policy. Some people think that disability insurance is only for people who work dangerous jobs, but actually most disability claims are the result of illness and off-the-job injuries. You probably won't get seriously ill or injured to the point that you can't work, but remember, insurance is for just such unlikely but financially devastating events. You insure your house, your car. Why not insure your income? 2 main types of disability insurance are short-term and long-term. Short-term disability lasts for a specific period of time, such as a year. Sometimes short-term disability is paid for by your employer, which is great. Or if you have a well-stocked emergency fund, you might decide to do without short-term disability and cover periods where you're unable to work out of your emergency fund. The big risk is being disabled for several years or even for life. Unless you're already close to retirement age, I recommend you buy long-term disability, which covers you up to the age of 65 or 70. Disability insurance gets more expensive as you get older, and with the exception of joining some employer-based plans when you get your job, you have to have a health exam when you buy a new policy. If you're single, working, and not wealthy, disability insurance is a must. If you're married, but your spouse's income won't be enough to support you and your family, disability insurance is important for you too. Unless you're wealthy enough that you don't have to work for a living, long-term disability insurance is one of the most important types of insurance you can get. So how much disability insurance should you get? The answer is enough to cover your basic monthly expenses. That is, enough to live on. You probably won't be able to buy enough disability insurance to cover your entire income. Insurance companies want you to be motivated to get back to work. Can you get away with buying multiple policies from different insurers or maybe overstating your income to get around the insurance companies? Nope. Insurance companies will ask for your tax returns, and they check to see if you have other disability insurance policies. Even if you could insure all your income, doing so would be very expensive. Rather than paying high premiums for more insurance than you really need, consider saving more money for retirement. You may already have some disability insurance through government programs. But these usually only pay for certain causes of disability or a small portion of what you actually need in monthly income, or for a short period of time. For example, workers' compensation covers injuries sustained on the job. Payments vary from state to state, but the most any state pays is 66.6% of your gross wages or 80% of your take-home pay, with a maximum ceiling. Check to see if your employer has workers' compensation policy. Then make sure you're eligible and enrolled and find out how much it covers. If you've worked long enough, or you're eligible through your spouse's coverage, you may also be able to get Social Security disability. But you have to be really, really sick or badly injured. So much so that you're unable to work any job whatsoever, not just the job that you're used to. And the doctor has to vouch that your disability is going to last more than a year or result in death. Those are some pretty strict requirements. Veterans whose disability is the result of active duty in the military can qualify for Veterans Disability Insurance. And many states, including California, have state disability funds. State disability pays a limited amount, though, and only for a short period of time. In California, for example, it pays for a maximum of 52 weeks. Employer-paid disability insurance is usually short-term. However, you may be eligible to enroll in long-term disability insurance through your employer. Good long-term plans cover you for injury or illness until you're 65, and they'll cover both partial disability and full disability. Some companies offer only group disability insurance, others offer individual insurance, and some companies offer both. If your employer offers individual disability insurance, you may be able to keep it if you change jobs, so be sure you read the fine print on your policy to find out. Prices for individual disability policies vary enormously, so you're really going to want to shop around before deciding. Factors that influence pricing include your age, gender, how healthy you are or not, how much coverage you need, of course, your smoking history, and your occupation. Low-risk jobs mean lower cost premiums, of course. And women pay 30 to 50% more for disability because they may become pregnant and need time off work. The younger you are, the cheaper disability insurance will be. To get the best pricing, I can't overstate how important it is to get quotes from different companies. First, see if you can get a long-term policy through your employer. If you belong to a professional association or guild, you may be able to get good pricing through them for your disability insurance, so be sure to check. If you're going to use an agent, make sure that your agent gets quotes from different companies. And if you already have other insurance, such as auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, definitely get one of your quotes from your current insurance company. Many companies give you good price breaks for keeping all of your insurance in the family. If you have limited income, you should look into getting something called ARDI, Annually Renewable Disability Income policies. With ARDI policies, the prices start low and go up a bit each year, whereas other disability policies tend to charge a fixed premium for several years. Policies with low payment benefits are, of course, cheaper, but try not to underinsure. My daughters were pretty scared by the sight of me lying on the ground in shock. A few days later, I tried to reassure them that something like this wouldn't happen again. And I said, "That was the stupidest thing I ever did." My daughter Naomi replied, "No, Daddy, it wasn't the stupidest thing you've done. It just had a bad outcome." You know, she was right. Not all stupid decisions lead to bad outcomes, but some do, and sometimes we're just unlucky. However, if you make a good decision about disability insurance today, it may protect you financially from a bad decision or bad luck down the road.